I'm going to be making an easy marinara sauce. This sauce can be used over seafood or meat. You can even dip sourdough bread in it. It's so delicious. Hi, welcome to Lornas.Cookin. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. So I'll get started making marinara sauce, at least how I do it. The ingredients for this marinara sauce include San Marzano whole peel tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, garlic cloves, water, granulated garlic, table salt, dried oregano, dried crushed red pepper, which are also called red pepper flakes, and 1 sprig of basil. The first thing that I did was I peeled my garlic cloves and I sliced them and I put them in a small bowl and set them aside. Next, I poured my tomatoes in a large bowl, and then I put a cup of water in the can that I had the tomatoes in and kind of just swirl it around so I can get the remaining juice that's in the can. Next, I crushed the tomatoes using my hands, and I just squeezed them and just crushed them with my hand until they became kind of a chunky sauce or chunky looking tomatoes. Once I got the tomatoes the consistency that I wanted them, I turned on the heat under my pan and I poured my extra virgin olive oil in the pan. I heated the oil in the pan on medium because I don't want it too hot because I'm not trying to fry the garlic. Once the oil is heated, I added the sliced garlic into the pan. Now that I have the garlic in the oil, I'm just going to stir it around a little bit. I'm not trying to brown the garlic, and the garlic will burn quickly. So I just want to move the garlic around a little bit in the oil just until the garlic is heated. Once I've mixed the oil and the garlic around just a little bit, then I'm pouring my tomatoes into the pan. And those are the tomatoes that I crushed earlier in the bowl. Now I'm going to stir the garlic, the oil, and the tomatoes in the pan just until they're incorporated. The tomatoes are mixed well, so I'm going to add the tomato water that I had in the can, granulated garlic, the salt, dried oregano, and the crushed red pepper. I'm going to stir that until it's well incorporated. It doesn't take very long. Just going to make sure that everything is mixed well. The last thing that I'm going to add are the basil leaves. Now you can use a basil sprig that has a few leaves on it, or you can use a few basil leaves. That's fine. I'm placing my basil leaves on top of the sauce. I'm not mixing it in at this point. I just want them to sit on top of the sauce while it simmers. Now that the basil leaves have wilted, I'm going to push them down with my wooden spoon further into the sauce so that they're submerged in the sauce. I'm going to let the sauce continue simmering for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I'm going to stir it until the sauce is thickened. I'm going to watch it though to make sure that it doesn't burn. Once the sauce has thickened to the consistency that I want, take the basil leaves out and I'm just going to throw those away. I'm stirring the sauce one more time just to make sure that everything is really well mixed and blended together. The last thing I do is I taste the sauce to make sure that it has the seasoning and salt that I want in it. Once everything is like I want it to be, the consistency of the sauce and the seasoning, it's ready to serve. I hope you try this recipe and enjoy it. Take care.